All right. Good afternoon, everybody. It's the day before Easter. We drove out to Connecticut a couple days ago to pick up this Torqeedo Cruise 6.0. So that's the 6 kilowatt equivalent of 10 horsepower for our Discovery 4.0 TrueKit. And then I stopped at Home Depot, picked up this 27-gallon tote to make a battery bank to run the motor. Now, two batteries will run this motor. I have two 48 golf cart batteries, 30 amp hours apiece. I have a third one on the way, should be here in a few days, and that'll fit right in that empty spot there. I have these fused up. I bought these marine rated fuse breakers that'll go on it, 80 amps, because this being drawing, like I said, 125 amps is what it's supposed to draw. But so each one of these, if it goes 125 amps, they put out 80 continuous amps, but since they'd be drawing for both these simultaneously, it'd be about 62 amps per battery that it would draw. So if by some chance something happened to one of the batteries, I get shorted out or whatnot, this breaker will blow because it's set for 80 amps, and that way it won't try to draw max power from one battery. And the same once we get the third battery put in there, it'd be about 42 amps per battery they would draw. And if one were to go bad or something happened to the battery, it would blow the fuse on whatever battery went bad, and I could still run full power on two batteries. Next, the stuff that came from Amazon that I got is all here laid out. We have this welding cable, 4-gauge welding cable, so it's a lot more flexible than the standard battery cable, and that will run to these buzz bars that I'm mounting to this piece of wood. I got these on Amazon. And from the buzz bar, after I get the batteries run to this buzz bar, the buzz bar will hook up to the cables that'll run to the Torqeedo, to the shutoff switch, and then this hooks up to the motor itself. So we're going to measure from each post over to around this area is where I'm going to put that piece of wood that's got the buzz bars mounted to it, and we'll run cable for the two batteries, and obviously the third one when that shows up. And then I'm going to drill a hole on this side and that side, and that way it doesn't matter which way I put it in the boat to run it to the motor. Alright, let's get some measurements. Alrighty, I got the buzz bar all hooked up to the side of the bin. Measured this battery from the positive and the negative to the bolt or stud that I wanted to hook it to, and took the battery welding cables, cut the negative one, and then used the crimping tool for both of those. And this one I got the shrink wrap put on it. I just got heated up, and then we'll mount them. Alright, now I'm just gonna heat this up, get her to start shrinking. Oop, must be running out of gas on that. That's why I got two lighters up here. Alright, we got both batteries hooked up to the buzz bars. Next I'm going to drill a hole on the side, probably just one side for now, and then hook up the Torqeedo. Here's my Voltmeter 52.7 volts. So we're looking good. Got 2 batteries hooked up. Okay, so I used a 1.5 inch spade bit. We put a hole on that side, which you can see is the leads that I got coming in, and I put a hole on this side also, and so that way it doesn't matter which way I mount it in the boat, I can put those leads through either way. Now I'm going to hook it up to the buzz bars and make sure we got power there. Alright, so I have both batteries hooked up to the buzz bars, and then as I showed before, I cut the holes through, it's hooked up to the cutoff switch, and now I'm just covering up the buzz bars with the covers that came with it. Just gotta line them up. I can't see nothing. Take the glasses off. There we go. I'll just put them on turns to show you what it looks like. Alright, so there's the positive, and right there's the removable doors. I don't have this one on tight, as I said. And there's the negative. It's all covered up. And then we'll just put this on top. I will put some more, drill some holes in it to make sure that the batteries don't overheat. And this will be good to go on the boat.
Yep.
Okay, we're back out here the next day. We're going to finish up this video with it hooked up to the motor inside our garbage can full of water. We'll show you how the app works for these litime batteries. We hook up the batteries. I got to turn on the power. And hopefully, if we can figure it out, we'll show, and we'll have a little insert of how the app works. We'll turn the power on, and then I'm just going to turn it on low. The camera will come in here and see, maybe. I'll turn it back off. Get a shot there. You can see the propeller and whatnot in there. And we'll just turn it on low. I promise not to spray the camera person. Alright, you can step back a little bit. I'm going to crank it up. Alright, so by turning that up, we'll send a message from the batteries. It'll show how much watts we're having. The camera can get in on that. It shows how many watts are being used currently. Alright, so that shows how many volts, how many watts, how many amps, and how many amp hours are left. We start with 60 amp hours, it's at 58.2. This will give us a good idea of how much time we have left out on the lake. We have one more battery coming. These are 60 amp hour batteries. We have two 30 amp hour batteries, so it gives us 60 amp hours. One more gives 90 amp hours. The Torqeedo batteries they sell is 48 by 5,000 watt hours. These three batteries combined will be 1536 per battery, so that's 4,500, 36, 390, 180, so around 4,600, just over 4,600 watt hours, just a little less than the Torqeedo 48 5000. 48 5000 made by Torqeedo is $5,000. These three batteries plus our charger is just around $1,200. So you save pretty close to $4,000 by going with a third-party option. And that fit us well with our pocketbook. Just wanted to show you how this works and how this app works and how we can keep track of the power being used by this. Once our third battery comes, and I don't know if you can upside down, but there it shows how many amps are going out. It's bouncing between 60 and 104, and on here right now, oh, it just reset, so it's not showing anything. When it's on low power like this, it doesn't really show anything, so you gotta crank it up. Crank up too high because then it ends up hitting the side. But once we crank it up, it shows right now it's pulling 230 watts. And then on this, oh, it's 330 something. This isn't refreshed. We got 2 seconds, 1 second, refresh, 345, 332 to 370 something. So when we got on low speed, it doesn't really show, but we're not going to be running it too much on low speed. That's really slow there. But probably once it refreshes, it'll probably say 0. But this will give you a good idea of keeping track of how much power is on the go. Yeah, it dropped down to 0, even though we're still moving. And we're under 100 watts on this. And our amp is not showing anything. So higher speeds were good, lower speeds were not, but it still shows you how many amp hours are left in your batteries currently, how many volts are still left on your battery also. Alright, once we get out on to the lake, hopefully by next weekend or so, we can do some speed tests, and we'll show you how to set up the tiller, the menus, where you can pick what kind of battery you're using, and miles per hour, kilometers, knots, whatnot. There's different categories to pick on your screen. So that's it for now, and we will look forward to doing this on the boat itself. Have a good day.